I'm Dr. Becky, and this is Good Inside. I'm a clinical psychologist, I'm a mom of 3, and I'm on a mission to rethink the way we raise our children.
How would you describe IFS for someone who's never come across it before?
Yeah, I'm still trying to put together an elevator speech after 40 years, but I'll give it another shot. So the basic idea is that we all have what I call parts of us, other systems have called subpersonalities or ego states, that interact inside of us, like you were saying, and there are often patterns to those interactions. But what we call thinking is often debates between one part that says do it, another part says don't you dare, and that kind of goes on without us even being aware that they're coming from separate entities in a sense. And so I stumbled onto this 30 years ago or 40 years ago when my clients began talking about their parts, and they would talk about the critic and then the one who made them binge, because I was working with eating disorders, and all that would trigger the part that made them feel worthless. And I thought they were just talking metaphorically and about their emotions, but they started talking about these parts as if they had a lot of autonomy and had relationships with each other. And after I got over my fear that maybe they're sicker than I thought, I got curious and learned that indeed, not just my clients, but we all have these little critters inside of us, and that they're all valuable. We're sort of born this way because they have valuable qualities and resources to help us in our lives. But trauma and attachment injuries or bad parenting, which is your specialty.
My specialty is bad parenting.
Is that fixing bad parenting, yes. Those events force them out of their naturally valuable states into roles that can be destructive and can affect our parenting. And so the goal of IFS is to help those parts unburden the extreme beliefs and emotions they carry that came from those traumas, and at which point they'll, almost like a curse has been lifted, they'll transform into their naturally valuable states, and they become helpers in our parenting rather than obstacles.
Parenting is the hardest and most important job in the world. And parents deserve resources and support so they feel empowered, confident, and connected. I'm so excited to share Good Inside membership, the first platform that brings together content and experts you trust with a global community of like-valued parents. It's totally game-changing.